Today's thought is silence is not empty, it is full of answers. Good morning, students. Welcome back. I hope all of you are fit and fine at home, studying well and completing your work on time. This video is for the students of class 8, subject English, and this is our revision lecture number 6. Students, today first of all in this video we are going to revise our chapter number 4, that is The Treasure Within, which is taken from It So Happened book. Basically in this video we are not going to read this chapter in detail because we have already read this chapter in detail along with word meanings. So we shall just have a review of this chapter. After then, we shall discuss the homework solution of the homework which was assigned you in lecture number 2 of chapter 4, that is Bepin Choudhury's Lapse of Memory. So let's start revising our chapter number 4, that is The Treasure Within, with brief introduction. The Treasure Within is a lesson based on a conversation between Miss Bela Raja, editor of the newsletter Sparsh, and Mr. Hafiz Contractor, one of India's leading architects. Hafiz Contractor was good at drawing skits, but as a schoolboy he didn't do well in academics. He passed his exams only by copying. Architect Hafiz Contractor is full of surprising and revolutionary ideas. He looks at the face and clothes of a client and learns about his habit and tastes. This helps him to design for the client. His designs are stimulating, means encouraging, and spontaneous, that is natural. His famous designs are Lake Castle Building, Imperial Towers, MP Compound Mill, etc. At present, he is a member of Bombay Heritage Committee and New Delhi Lutyens Bungalow Zone Review Committee. Hafiz explains, architecture can give form to beliefs and can make building into a real and arresting symbol of brand intent. So this is the introduction of the chapter. So now let's read the summary of the part 1 to understand the chapter. Unhappy schooling. Hafiz Contractor was a very unhappy schoolboy. In the first and second year, he was a good student. From the third standard onwards, he seemed to have lost all interest in studies. He was particularly afraid of mathematics. He had nightmares, that is haunting fears, about a maths examination. He dreamt of appearing in the examination not knowing anything at all about the subject. Contractor loved action, not theories. As a student, Contractor was interested in games and playing jokes on others. He was a very good sportsman. He was a senior champion for many years. He was also the captain of a school cricket team. Carefree school life. Contractor passed his examination only by copying. The principal's advice. However, when he approached his 11th class, the principal called him and said, "Look here, son, I have been seeing you since day one. You're a good student, but you never studied. I have taken care of you till today. Now I can no longer take care of you. So you have to take care of yourself. He talked to him for 5 minutes. He encouraged Contractor to rise the occasion and study. The advice worked. The principal's advice had the desired effort on Hafiz. He would go for prayers and all he would do was eat and study. As a result, he got 50% in his SSC. The punishments at school. Contractor was being interviewed by Miss Bela Raja. She asked him if he was punished at school. Contractor replied that the teachers pulled him up regularly. He would receive a caning, means punishment, every week. However, he never felt anything on that account. He was more interested in playing. A sports freak. Freak means a person who has a very strong interest in something. Contractor was just interested in playing and nothing else. These things interested him more than the books. One day he did not want to study, so he created a distraction, means something amusing or pleasurable. For 1 whole hour they played Chor Police game. Every Saturday they were allowed to go into town to watch a movie. He used to have no lunch and collect money from 40 to 50 students to buy tickets. And when returning back, he would eat to his heart's content. Content means eat as much as he wanted. He was also the leader of a gang. He would have gang fights and plan strategies. Strategies means method of winning fights. Students used to purchase his books for next year to read as they appeared as new because he probably opened them just a day before exams. So, this is the story of part 1. So, what will happen next? To know that, let's read the summary of part 2. Miss Bela Raja asked him how he got into the field of architecture with such low grades. The contractor replied that after school he wanted to join the army. His aunt wouldn't allow it. His mother won't allow him to join police force either. She asked him to do his graduation. It was by using some influence that he got admission in Jai Hind College. There he had to study French. A chance encounter with an architect. Being weak at French, he had to take his married cousin's help. Her husband was an architect. So he started going to an architect's office to learn French. In the architect's office. One day in the architect's office, he saw somebody drawing a window detail. The window detail is a very advanced drawing. Hafiz told him that his drawing was wrong. He added that the window he had drawn would not open. There was a bet which Hafiz won. This surprised his cousin's husband. He asked him to draw a few specific things. Hafiz did that at once. The man was so impressed that he asked Hafiz to drop everything and join architecture. Admission in architecture. That architect took him to the principal of the college. In the college for architecture, nobody who had got below 80 to 90% was allowed to enter. Contractor had only 50%. So the principal warned him, I will allow you to take part in the entrance examination, but if you don't do well, I will not allow you to join. Contractor got an A plus in that entrance examination. After that, it was a cakewalk, means smooth ride. He stood first class, first throughout after that. His understanding came from the activities he was doing during school time. He used to have competitions with his friend Behram Devecha. The competitions between them were about designing guns, forts, and several kinds of ammunitions, that is, bullets. They always tried to design something different. The source of genius. Contractor never made a plan. One of his teachers, Mrs. Gupta, had told him, you are unless in everything, but your sketches are good. She had advised him to be an architect on growing up. When he became one, he went back to meet her and told her so. Contractor disliked studies. Miss Bela Raja asked from Hafiz Contractor why he didn't like studies. Was it because he felt could cop, means manage, couldn't deal with curriculum? Then Hafiz Contractor replied that he was bad at languages. His maths was also very bad. In fact, he never applied his mind to them. He always in a boarding school where every day was a same day for him. When there were tests, he just copied. Giftedness and learning. The interviewer asked him whether he thinks the contention that the giftedness means having special abilities and learning go hand in hand applies to him. He replied that those who always stood first or second in his school are doing ordinary jobs. As for himself, the school life made him street smart, means smart by doing things independently. He learned more by what he did than what the books taught him. Special interests. At school, Contractor was interested in other things and not in books. If it rained outside the class, he would think of the flowing water. He would forget the lecture and think about the flow of water within the dam. He would wonder how much water would the dam hold. Helping his friends. Discipline in his school was very important. Sometimes a student would lose a button while playing or fighting. In that case, he would run to Contractor. Contractor would cut a button from a chalk using a blade. Then no one could see that his real button was missing. He would get past dinner with a full neat uniform because he used to help his friends. His structures. Today, when a client comes to Contractor, he looks at him closely. He would observe his face, clothes, and manners. That gives him an idea of his taste. He is able to relate to people in a way that would be comfortable. Then he makes a sketch spontaneously, means immediately. He gives it to his people in the office. Contractor's mathematics. Contractor says his sketches are his mathematics. He puts design, construction, psychology and sociology together, making a sketch from all that is Contractor's definition of mathematics. So, this is the story of chapter 4, The Treasure Within. Through this story, we could come to know that how Hafiz Contractor became a great architect. Students, you have to complete your homework on the basis of the chapter explained by me. And your homework is do assignment based on chapter 4, The Treasure Within of It So Happened book, which is uploaded in homework column on EdQuark website. You have to do this assignment in your fair notebook. In this video, we shall discuss the homework solution of the homework which was assigned you in lecture number 2 of chapter 4, that is Bepin Choudhury's Lapse of Memory. Students, we have already discussed objectives, key points, detailed summary along with word meanings in lecture number 2 of chapter 4. As I assigned you homework which was to be done by you on the basis of your understanding, and your homework was read chapter 4, that is Bepin Choudhury's Lapse of Memory, and write word meanings highlighted in the video. Based on the understanding of the chapter, write the answers of the questions mentioned in the book Honeydew as. Page number 67, comprehension check, question number 1 and 2. Page number 69, comprehension check, question number 1 and 2. Page number 69, working with text, question number 1 to 4. Page number 71 to 73, working with the language, question number 1 to 4. Now let's discuss the word meanings of the chapter. Number 1, carry on means continue. Number 2, conscientious means careful and correct. Number 3, head was in a whirl means confused and unable to think clearly. Number 4, gather his wits together means make an effort to become calm and think clearly. Number 5, beat about the bush means came straight to the point. Number 6, procured means got or with a little difficulty. Number 7, came around means regained consciousness. So these are the word meanings. So students, now let's discuss the question answers in detail. So let's discuss the question answers of comprehension check, which is on page number 67. Question number 1 is, who was Chunni Lal? What did he want from Bepin Babu? The answer of the question is, Chunni Lal was school friend of Bepin Babu. He wanted a favor from Bepin Babu in his job. Question number 2 is, why was Dr Chanda puzzled? What was unusual about Bepin Babu's loss of memory? The answer of the question is, Paresh Chanda was a young physician. He had never dealt a case of memory loss. So he was puzzled. He gave a suggestion to Bepin Babu to visit Ranchi again to recall the incident. So now let's discuss the question answers of comprehension check, which is on page number 69. Question number 1 is, had Bepin Babu really lost his memory or forgotten all about a trip to Ranchi? The answer of the question is no. Bepin Babu had not really lost his memory and forgotten all about a trip to Ranchi. It was a trick played by Chunnilal. Question number 2 is, why do you think Chunnilal did what he did? Chunnilal says he has no money. What is it that he does have? The answer of the question is, Chunnilal wanted some money from Bepin Babu, his old friend. So he went to him for help. He assured Bepin Babu that the term of his fortune would be back again. Chunnilal had no money, but he had mind and wit. So students, now let's discuss the question answers of working with ticks, which is on page number 69 in detail. Question number 1 is, the author describes Bepin Babu as a serious and hard-working man. What evidence can you find in the story to support this? The answer of the question is, Bepin Babu was a serious, honest and hard-working fellow. He went to office regularly. He was doing a responsible job. He was not a good mixer. Being serious-minded, he did not or didn't waste time in idle chat. Question number 2 is, why did Bepin Babu change his mind about meeting Chunnilal? What was the result of this meeting? The answer of the question is, Bepin Babu first refused to meet Chunnilal. He was in no mood to help Chunnilal out of his trouble. But he changed his mind soon. He thought Chunnilal might remember something about his trip to Ranchi in 1958. Question number 3 is, Bepin Babu lost consciousness at Choudhury Falls or Hundru Falls. What do you think was the reason for this? The answer of the question is, Bepin Babu might have slipped near Hundru Falls. That made him unconscious. Question number 4 is, how do you think Bepin Babu reacted when he found out that Chunnilal had tricked him? The answer of the question is, Bepin Babu's first reaction was that he regretted having refused to help Chunnilal. He saw through Chunnilal's trick to test him and learned a lesson. Students, now let's discuss the exercise of working with the language, which is on page number 71 to 73. Question number 1 is, look at these two sentences. He had to buy at least 5 books to last him through the week. Bepin had to ask Chunni to leave. Had to is used to show that it was very important or necessary for Bepin Babu to do something. He had no choice. We can also use have to, has to in the same way. Fill in the blanks below using had to, have to or has to. Number 1. I dash cut my hair every month. Answer is have to. Number 2. We dash go for swimming lessons last year. Answer is had to. Number 3. She dash tell the principal the truth. Answer is has to. Number 4. They dash take the baby to the doctor. Answer is had to. Number 5. We dash complain to the police about the noise. Answer is have to. Number 6. Romit dash finish his homework before he could come out to play. Answer is had to. Number 7. I dash repair my cycle yesterday. Answer is had to. Question number 2 is, here are a few idioms that you will find in the story. Look for them in the dictionary in the following way. First, arrange them in the order in which you would find them in a dictionary. Clue: an idiom is usually listed under the first noun, verb, adjective or adverb in it. Ignore articles or prepositions in the idiom. To help you, we have put in bold the word under which you must look for the idiom in the dictionary. Number 1. Act from close quarters. Close is here adjective. Number 2. Break into a smile. Break is here verb and means look under, break into something. Number 3. Carry on. Carry is here verb. Number 4. Have a clean record. Clean record means you find related meaning under both these words. Number 5, beat about the bush. So here beat is verb. Now refer to your dictionary and find out what they mean. Answer is, so here are the idioms along with their meanings. Number 1 is at from close quarters, means from nearby. Number 2 is break into a smile, means smile suddenly. Number 3 is carry on, means continue the work. Number 4 is have a clean record, means clean conduct through. Number 5 is beat about the bush, means to make guess without proper knowledge or to make a vague idea. Here the meaning of vague is not clear. Question number 3 is, study the sentences in the columns below. Number 1. I saw this movie yesterday. Number B. I have seen this movie already. Number 2. Bepin Babu worked here for a week last year. Bepin Babu has worked here since 2003. Number 3. Chunnilal wrote to a publisher last week. Chunnilal has written to a publisher. Number 4, I visited Ranchi once long ago. I have visited Ranchi once before. Compare the sentences in the two columns, especially the verb forms. Answer the following questions about each pair of sentences. Number 1 is, which column tells us that Bepin Babu is still working at the same place? The answer is column B. Number 2. Which column suggests that Chunnilal is now waiting for a reply from the publisher? Answer is column A. Number 3 is, which column suggests that the person still remembers the movie he saw? Answer is column B. Number 4, which column suggests that the experience of visiting Ranchi is still fresh in the speaker's mind? Answer is column B. Question number 4 is, given below are jumbled sentences. Working in groups, rearrange the words in each sentence to form correct sentences. You will find that each sentence contains an idiomatic expression that you have come across in the lesson. Underline the idiom and write down its meaning. Then use your dictionary to check the meaning. One sentence has been worked out for you as an example. Jumbled sentence. Vanished the car, seemed to, into, thin, have, air. Answer is, the car seemed to have vanished into thin air. Idiom is vanished into thin air. means disappeared or vanished in a mysterious way. So let's start the exercise and solve it in detail. Stop and tell me, beating about what you want the bush. Answer is, stop beating about the bush and tell me what you want. Here, idiom is beating about the bush, means talking vaguely. Vaguely means in a way that is not clear or not coming straight to the point. Number 2 is don't pay. If you attention, you might the wrong train to the announcement board. Answer is, if you don't pay attention to the announcement, you might board the wrong train. Here, idiom is pay attention, means be careful or listen carefully. Number 3 is the villagers tried the crime on the young woman to pin. Answer is, the villagers tried to pin the crime on the young woman. Here, idiom is pin the crime on, means to place the blame or responsibility of a crime and implicate it on a wrong person. Number 4, Bepin Babu orders to telling people under loved doctors eat early that he was. Answer is, Bepin Babu loved telling people that he was under doctor's order to eat early. Here, idiom is under one's or doctor's order, means under instruction of someone. Number 5, the students, the teacher, his eyebrows, when said that all their lessons raised they had revised. Answer is, the teacher raised his eyebrows when the students said that they had revised all their lessons, showed his assessment. Here, idiom is raised the eyebrows, means to feel annoyed, showing annoyance. Annoyed means feeling angry or slightly angry. Students, note the important information. On Saturday, solution of assignment will be uploaded on EdQuark website under homework column at sharp 9 am. On Monday, test will be conducted and uploaded on EdQuark website. Time will be intimated to you. No video lectures will be uploaded on Saturday and Monday. So, this is the end of the lecture. Students, if you like our videos, then please hit on the like button and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you and have a nice day.